The medicine man lives amongst the forest, deep in the fractal trees, at the heart of all that's ever so green. Some speak of legends, others whisper and breeze, of a lonesome ritual that brings the dead to ease. But tread lightly and watch your soul footings, for when the dead rises, they will grab your heels. The ritual must go on, the medicine man must feed. Look around you now, for your soul now marks its creed. Hello everyone, I'm the Holy Hermit, and this video is about a promise I made to all of you. A new Witch Doctor build that does not use fire bats or zombie dogs but promotes mid-range combat. This build can find its roots in old zombie bears, but every other skill is different. New to a point where Witch Doctor feels fresh, feels more fluid, and gains an unfathomable amount of mana to swallow foes on MP10. This build of bears and men, rightfully so, provides the Witch Doctor an almost infinite mana pool and damage skills that can be spammed to decimate even the hardest of foes. So let's embark on this vision quest, shall we? Part 1 of this video will showcase the gear and build needed to uproot your foes in MP10. Witch Doctor is a unique character that relies on channeling spells to deal outstanding amounts of damage. He taps into his mana pool to accomplish this feat, so the gear you will need will help you to increase your mana pool and have lots of mana regeneration. A 4-piece Zuni set is a good place to start then, focusing the stats on high intelligence and vitality than critical hit chance or attack speed. Main hand will be a slow weapon with over 2.8% lifesteal. An axe or a mace will make things easier, but a Witch Doctor dagger or a sword works well too. My personal choice of offhand is a Thing of the Deep to give you bonus pickup radius, making Witch Doctor skills more deadly. Attack speed directly relates to the rate at which mana pool is consumed, so try to keep your attacks per second below 1.8. Alternatively, if you possess some pickup radius on your gear, you are most welcome to use a Scorn too. Next part of this section is the build itself, for this is where the secret to high mana regeneration lies. Locust Swarm with Devouring Swarm to pull enemies and steal mana from them. Zombie Charger with Zombie Bears makes one of your 2 primary damage dealers. Firebomb with Pyrogeist to immolate your foes for 6 seconds. Spirit Walk with Honored Guest to regen mana whilst walking among spirits. Grasp of the Dead with Groping Eels to slow and damage enemies. Finally, Spirit Barrage with Manitou to deal consistent damage to mobs. An alternative here would be Big Bad Voodoo Rain Dance to help you kill elites and regen mana if you're struggling with a build initially. Passives are Vision Quest, Grave Injustice, and Spiritual Attunement. Such is our build, but let's wake the dead by understanding how exactly this build works. In part 2, we will understand how to use this build more effectively. Your Witch Doctor for this build relies on very high mana regeneration. Over 80 mana regen will simply come from having gear with 4-piece Zuni's bonus and an offhand, but the majority of mana regen is attained by using the build itself. So when encountering an enemy, the first course of action is to hurl a firebomb with Pyrogeist. Apart from dealing moderate damage, it will continue to attack enemies for 6 seconds. This is the biggest secret of this build. Once the firebomb is active, Vision Quest will allow you to regenerate 30% additional mana for a total of 11 seconds. So you see where this is going now, right? Next then is to cast your Manitou and it will remain active for 20 seconds. Plague an enemy with your Locust Swarm and you are ready to cause some havoc. Simply hold down the right click to keep the bears rolling and at the same time use Grasp of the Dead to slow and damage enemies. Grave Injustice and extra pickup radius from your gear will allow you to reset the cooldown timer on your Grasp of the Dead and your Spirit Walk. And speaking of Spirit Walk, use it when you wish to move further or are in need of some additional mana regen. As long as your firebomb is attacking someone, your mana regen will be frantic and it will continuously allow you to spam your Zombie Bears and Grasp of the Dead. Spiritual Attunement will give you a bigger mana pool and more mana regen, making your cast last even longer. If you wish to play in a party, Manitou can be replaced with Rain Dance or Slam Dance to make monsters die even faster. All the skills on your Witch Doctor deal AoE damage, so even with a mere 2.8% lifesteal, it'll help you to stay alive on the toughest of situations. Your build forces the monsters to play your game by staying at hand's reach. The monsters are inflicted with your Locust Swarms. They are consistently being harassed by Pyrogeist, so they want to charge you. But Groping Eels will slow them down whilst casting your bears will take them back to their grave. Such is our build of bears and men. So to sum it all up then, this build is about spending and regenerating large chunks of mana in split seconds. Goal is to keep the firebomb dancing between your enemies and use Locust Swarm to get additional mana. Once such feat is accomplished, all you do is hold down right click for bears and spam your Grasp of the Dead and Spirit Walk when the cooldown is reset. This makes your Witch Doctor into a mid-range farming being. Give it a go and leave your feedback in the comment section below. If you have any further questions, do join me during my live stream on Twitch TV. If this video made some sense to you, subscribe, but most importantly, do take care of yourself and ask yourself, if you stay awake all night and don't know the reason why, my suggestion would be to get that hex off you. After all, voodoos can be very creepy, right?